You are new to Fortnite or just made the switch from build to zero build and are looking for the ultimate beginner's guide that will cover everything you need in order to not only help you understand the base of aiming, movement and strategy of Fortnite zero build, but furthermore will show you exactly how to improve each aspect, or you already play zero build and simply want to improve the foundation of your gameplay. This is the video for you. And while simply hearing everything I have to say here will already elevate your game, it is important that you actually translate your new knowledge into the game by practicing what I'm about to tell you. So pay close attention. My name is TSK and on this channel we go over every aspect of Fortnite Zero Build in detail. From general guides like this to weapon analysis videos, map analysis videos and everything else you can think of. My goal is to become the best together with you guys. So let's get started right away. We will cover the 5 pillars that are needed for you to start winning more games in Fortnite. First will be aim, second, movement, third, strategy, fourth, game performance, meaning optimizing your game to get better FPS and other advantages. Fifth, how to improve, meaning how you can take all this new knowledge and actually use it to improve now and in the future. The base pillar of every shooter is aim. So let's begin here. The first thing you will need is to know what sensitivity actually fits you best. For this, you should do a perfect aim sensitivity test. There's some super in-depth ones where you have to download apps and so on. But honestly, it's as simple as hopping into any aim map in Fortnite and doing flick shots on different distances. Try sensitivity, flick to your target, do that a few times and see if instinctively you are over-aiming or under-aiming. If you notice you're aiming past your target by instinct, lower the sensitivity. If you notice you aren't reaching your target by instinct, higher your sensitivity. Do this until you find the exact sense where you naturally start hitting. This will be the biggest game changer for you and your aim already. If you never did this in your life, you absolutely need to do this. Trust me, it's worth the 10 minutes. After you found your sensitivity, I can recommend playing aim trainers for 10 to 15 minutes a day for maximum efficiency. My favorite go-to aim trainer is Kovacs. You will find plenty of playlists specifically tailored to improve your aim in Fortnite with different modes for flicking, meaning rapid shots in different directions, which is super useful for improving with shotgun and sniper type weapons, and tracking, meaning following your target with your crosshair in various different situations, whether it's normal tracking within a gunfight or people jumping on top of you from cover. Kovacs has it all covered. Aim trainers are especially useful for people that are not happy with their aim in total. If you're already good at aiming, for example, if you come from a game like Apex Legends or Overwatch that has way harder aiming than Fortnite, your general aim will most likely already be good, which is when I recommend to hop into Fortnite aim maps within the game itself. It's super useful since you will be aiming with Fortnite specific weapons and these maps usually get updated every season, so they will always have the current weapons with their current modifications, meaning you can practice the exact weapon of your choice. A great map for this is Pro Aim Edit Peeps. Since you guys are probably new, let me explain to you real quick how to get into custom game lobbies. First, you hop into the description of this video and copy the code. Then you hop into Fortnite, press on the search icon on the top left, paste the code, click on the game icon and press select. If you want to play by yourself, press on public game and change it to private and search a game and you'll be right in. For this specific mode, since we want to practice for zero build, hop into Aim Arena. Here you will be greeted with all the current weapons and a mod bench. Choose your weapon and then hop into the different aim practices. I would always recommend warming up with Tile Frenzy. Here you will simply do flicks to a large target which will warm up your instincts before hopping into 360 shotgun. I really like this mode as flicking a shotgun is something you absolutely need to learn in Fortnite, and being able to practice it in a no pressure environment will make you way more comfortable once you hop into a real game. Lastly, hop into bounce tracking to practice your tracking. For this mode, it makes the most sense to use one of the ARs, but to be honest, you can even practice sniping here. Yes, this is very crazy movement, but just imagine if you master this, how easy normal movement will be to track. Additionally, this is actually pretty useful for when enemies push you or run from you with shockwave grenades. So, in general, do Fortnite specific aim maps if you either are already comfortable with your base aim or don't want to get a normal aim trainer like Kovacs. But even if you do, I can recommend doing aim maps regardless, since it will give you valuable practice with actual Fortnite weapons. The advantage of aim trainers in general is you will do more shooting than in game, especially at the start where you will lose more fight. You will progress faster if you take 15 minutes every day and put it into aim training. Just think about how long it would take, how many games it will take to get as many shots in as you just do in 15 minutes of aim training. Literally days. If you want some more real practice against real enemies, hop into the Pit Zero build. The code will also be in the description, but basically this is just a constant battle with the exact gear of your choice. Let's summarize. Do a perfect aim sensitivity test, get an aim trainer like Kovacs or Aimlabs to improve your general aim, do Fortnite aim maps to get better at Fortnite specific weapons, and practice against real players to improve in realistic situations. Let's continue with the next pillar, movement. In general, you will use movement to confuse your enemy, break the aim assist, and make them miss shots. So the first rule here is don't be confused by your own movement. Good movement can make it harder to aim, so to counter that, try to pre-aim for your upcoming movement. Right side peeking. Your character is not in the center, it's actually to the left quite a bit, which means you can see around corners if you move your character behind cover and peek on the right side. This will give you the advantage that you see your enemy while your enemy doesn't see you. A good trick here is to jump out of cover and get behind your enemy, allowing you to hit them in the back as they try to catch you. Slide shots. Sprint and then just as you leave cover, start sliding. Aim in front of your enemy and as you slide past them, your crosshair will reach... TSK moment too. Aim in front of your enemy and as you slide past them, your crosshair, meine Güte, crosshair, your crosshair will reach them. That's when you shoot your shotgun. You can combine the same move with a jump as well. Try to begin with jump and slide shots and you will already have a gigantic advantage to other beginners. And also, in general, try to be unpredictable. Remember how I just said that while doing slide shots or jump shots, you will place your crosshair in front of your enemy, wait for it to line up and then shoot? Don't let enemies do this to you. How? Again, be unpredictable. Do short sprints in random directions, jump, slide, climb on top of roofs, anything to make your enemy miss as many bullets as possible. When there is good instant movement items in your current season, whenever you're watching this video, use that too. Don't fully use aim down sights in close range since you will be moving way slower and will be an easier target to hit. Instead, use weapons in close range that have high hipfire accuracy like shotguns and SMGs, or do small ADS bursts before moving around again. There is way more to movement, but for a beginner's guide, this is more than enough for you to honestly see drastic improvements already if you try some of these tips and tricks. Let's summarize again. Don't get confused by your own movement. Always peek your right sides when possible. Don't walk out of cover and get shot in the head. Instead, slide or jump out of cover, have unpredictable movement, and don't fully aim down sights in close range encounters. Next, we have strategy. Biggest tip I can give you right away, don't simply go for 50-50 gunfights. This is the #2 killer in Fortnite. You will lose 50-50s, and even if you don't, you will be low HP, which leads to the #1 killer in Fortnite, third parties, to be way more effective against you. And since you're playing zero build, we can't just start building cover, which is why good positioning is so much harder in zero build than in build. Positioning gets more important the further you are into the game, as when the zone shrinks, it will continue to get more likely that you will be surrounded by enemies. There is 3 simple rules that will elevate your positioning game a lot. First, every play you make, especially in a fight, try to create an escape route in your mind. How are you going to take cover from incoming fire? If you don't see a route, go for a different play. Always carry movement items to prevent not being able to get in cover. Cars are also a great tool for rotating relatively safely through the map. Second, in the end game, analyze the map. Where will the next zone be? And more importantly, where will most enemies want to go to in the next zone? Don't end up in the center of attention. Try to play the outside of the map, even if your first instinct might be to get as close as possible into the center, so rotating into the falling zone will be easier. The chances that enemies have an angle on you is highest in the center of the circle. Third, don't rush into endgame zones. Try to find a route that allows you to come in together with the zone. This minimizes the angles you can get shot from. If you go earlier, not only do you have to worry that someone is gonna be ahead of you, but suddenly you can get shot from the side and the back. If you are super certain there's nobody behind you and you see a safe passage, go for it. But in general, hugging the zone is super effective. Another important factor in literally every single match you play is your drop. You want to drop in a way that you don't have to fight in the first seconds of the match. You want to have a decent loadout and hopefully maximum shields before getting into any fights. At the same time, the drop has to have enough loot for you not to be under-geared when meeting your first enemy too. On this channel, I always analyze the best drop spots for the best locations. If you're watching this video in the current season, Chapter 5 Season 2, I can highly recommend watching my Grim Gate and Mount Olympus hotspot analysis videos. But if you watch this in the future season, make sure you check out my new hotspot analysis videos from that season. Basically, what I'm going through in these videos is how the POI works, where to find loot, and which exact spots are the ideal drop spots for solos, duos, trios and squads. Additionally, I make a detailed plan of how to play the point of interest precisely, rotations, angles to look out for, and how to create a strategy that will consistently win you your drops and guarantee the ideal start into every mid and end game. Again, let's summarize. Don't take 50-50 fights. Avoid third parties, create a mental escape route and always have movement. Analyze the zone, avoid being in the center of attention. Hack the storm as you move into the new zone and maximize your drop efficiency. Before I tell you an exact plan on how to improve most effectively, let's talk about game performance, as this is something you can change very easily and just gain advantages without even having to practice or anything. Let's very quickly go over settings. Just copy paste them for improvements or check its Jarian's FPS guide. If you can deal with him screeching in your ears for 25 minutes. His FPS guides are actually really good and I always check them every season. But if you want his settings copied without 25 minutes of talking, here's what's up. First, before even opening the game, press on the 3 dots and go to options and copy paste these settings. Then, in-game, you'll use performance mode in rendering mode, but the settings for DirectX 11 will also affect your performance in performance mode. Don't ask me why. So you have to adjust them too. Change over, press apply and restart your game. Now copy paste all of this. Press apply, switch back to performance mode, press apply and restart again. And once the game is back up, copy paste these settings too. There is one ultra important setting in audio: visualize sound. You have to use it since everybody else is using it and it's pretty much just wall hacks. This shows you if there's a player noise made around you and the general direction of where it's coming from. That's already all you need settings wise for the best performance in Fortnite. So with this, we have 4 out of 5 pillars covered. Let's move on to the most important one: how to improve. So what is the best way to improve at Fortnite Zero build? There is 2 answers to this question. Well, of course, you want to improve your strategy just as much as your mechanical gameplay, meaning you of course want to learn how to win by using the right strategy. I think, especially for beginners, doing the opposite is the fastest way to improve. You will want to put yourself into difficult situations in order to overcome them. What do I mean by that? Drop hot, search fights. At the end of the day, even aim trainers only take you as far as they do. Nothing beats real game experience, especially because here enemies shoot back and enemies try to stay alive by using good movement, good strategies and so on. The only way to beat that is by practicing. And if you play strategical all the time, you will not learn how to behave when you're caught off guard, when you have to fight with bad loot, when you're surrounded and so on. Getting into as many fights as possible is by far the fastest way to improve. So go drop into the hottest POI on the map and start fighting. I do still highly recommend getting your base aim in shape. It really works wonders. I'll actually tell you the story of what it did to me. I'm a lifelong Dota gamer and only started playing shooters when Overwatch came out. And guys, I sucked. I really sucked. It was so frustrating to me that I just couldn't put my mouse where I wanted to and it made me cringe. I felt like an idiot and was rightfully so stuck in gold after being ranked 1000 in Dota 2. I started doing research, found out about perfect aim sensitivity tests, did one and literally after finishing it already liked my new sense way more than my old one. But I wasn't done yet. I didn't touch Overwatch for over a month and instead grinded Kovacs Aim Trainer for a month instead. And after months I felt ready. Went back into Overwatch and I kid you not, I went from gold to Grandmaster, which is the highest rank in Overwatch, in literally a week. Good aim makes all the difference in shooters, and while in BRs, strategy and mostly positioning is more of a factor, you won't get around having to train your aim in order to improve. And lastly, watch guides of trusted Fortnite Zero build YouTubers. I can of course recommend my channel. I literally try to cover every single aspect that's worth discussing. for each season, and I always try my absolute best to create the best possible content. A really good next video for you to watch is my Why You Suck in Fortnite Zero Build video, where I analyze an example game and show precise rotations, movement, and choices I made and explain why I did them and how you can take these strats to up your own game. If you want to see more, leave a like and subscribe. But yes, now that you know where to start improving and how to play the game, I'm sure you will see drastic changes to your gameplay for the better, and I'm certain your win rate will skyrocket. I'm leaving you guys chapters on this video, so if you want to quickly check something again, you can just hop back to the exact spot. Thank you for watching my video. Good luck, and most importantly, have fun with Fortnite Zero Build.